My name is Lloyd Norman. I'm with ProSymmetry. We're the exclusive developers and distributors of Tempus Resource and Tempus Portfolio worldwide. Thanks for joining me today. This is the third in a series of brief videos that I produced that talk about the advantages of using portfolio capacity planning to coordinate work and optimize the flow of value through any portfolio, whether you're talking projects, products, audits, doesn't matter. If you've got resources with specialized skill sets, organized in teams and or as people with specific skills, you want to make sure that you are always staffing your highest value work as defined by your executives without burning out your people. That's the benefit that resource portfolio capacity planning will give an organization. It is an order of magnitude easier to roll out in an organization because it can be done at a product level, a project level, a program level, or yes, enterprise level if you want, far easier than doing something like an Agile at scale kind of a framework rollout, or some other complicated way to pull together multiple PPM tools. Resource capacity planning is simple because what it takes is individuals that are responsible for discrete efforts or discrete value streams, making sure that they're following best practices as outlined by PMI, RMI, the Scaled Agile Institute. Just simply do high-level sizings, but you have to have automation that supports that. And so I talked about that in the first two videos, how easy it is to size work and then refine those estimates. And once you have that, so easy to have specific views here that you can customize. These can be made and shared across the organization, but you can look at your data however you would like. Again, all this comes from a rolled up view of the simple sizings that you've done for your epics or for your projects or your ops work. You can see, for example, where are my enterprise architects being allocated? They're pretty heavily allocated here for the next 3 months. We can look at this by day, week, month, doesn't matter. But we can see down to the named level, where people are working. We also got to pull in other organizations like compliance, audit, regulatory, legal. These kinds of partner organizations in the enterprise are critical to project delivery. It's just as easy for a compliance officer to put the brakes on a project as it is for a development team that's delayed, because they underestimated their work, for example. So it's important to be coordinating all these roles and very easy to do, again, at a project, epic, product, or program level. Other views that people find handy. If you have, in fact, sized your work properly, you should have associated it with a specific strategic theme. And here's some common strategic themes. Let's go in and look at the efforts that are under the cost reduction theme. If you're using OKRs, and you don't have to, right? This particular organization is, we've got a specific OKR here, and we've got work associated underneath it that aligns with that OKR and this strategic theme. And again, we get a look at the teams, roles, generic roles, people, and over time, be able to put them all on a common timeline along with our expenses and see where we've got potential overallocations. We can look at this data by percentage, by FTE, by story points or hours, and costs kind of come along for the ride because teams and people have rates associated with them. A healthy question might be, Beverly Lewis, she's only on our project 41% of the time. Why is she red? Red typically denotes that I've got an issue, and of course it does here as well. And it's because Beverly's manager has overallocated her in the same time frame that we need her. How do we know that we're actually going to get our fair share here? Beverly's 59% overallocated. This is a discussion that needs to be had by project management, epic owner, right, product management, who's ever responsible for delivering this particular unit of work needs to make sure that Beverly actually is available. And having this kind of view allows you to see this months in advance, so you have enough runway to have options. You don't necessarily have to push work. You may want to push work, but perhaps you might want to bring in contingent labor. Other views that are particularly handy. If you're doing this from a straight up Agile perspective, Why not look at your portfolio Kanban from a capacity perspective, right? It's not just about WIP. I would submit to you that work in progress is nowhere near as accurate as reasonable estimates, across projects and epics that show, hey, here's my team, and it's red. Again, overallocated. I only have it 30% here, but I better go figure this out before I go into my PI planning event or my quarterly planning event, right? To make sure that by the time we get there and we start to do our detailed work decomposition, that we've already set reasonable expectations with the business in terms of both delivery timelines and costs associated with that. All right. The other thing that you get here is that you get a look at specific. There we go. Flow distribution that's coming in your pipeline. So very easy to see in a nice, clear, executive level kind of presentation, the kind of spending that we've got by strategic theme or perhaps by product or portfolio, planning horizon. You can have confidence in this data because this data was developed by your subject matter experts and rolled up. You can do it top down, bottom up, either way. But capacity is the currency of coordination. And you don't get confidence in this kind of data unless you've done the right capacity planning on the front end. Would love to have additional discussion with you all about this. Please reach out to us at ProSymmetry.com if you'd like to further this discussion. I will be producing additional videos. I would encourage you to go back and look at the 2 that I've already produced in this series. And again, it's all about optimizing the flow of value through your portfolio without burning out your people. Thanks.